Welcome back to SnowRunner, guys, and today we are going to be having a look at not necessarily the Cybertruck that Frog made before, but sort of. Now, this is another Cybertruck by Frog, and it is a solid axle swapped sort of CyberCRAWLER, sort of not. That is a very weird, mouthful to sort of process, but as you can see, it has solid axles, coilovers, basically a fully beefed up truck/crawler suspension under it. Now, there are a few different engine options, as are normal with Frog's mods, and also, I will leave a link to this truck in the description box down below so you guys can check out the mod.io page for it. And you have stock, upgraded, and ludicrous mode, and since it's a Tesla, I must try the ludicrous mode since it's something that he included. I'm like, bruh, there's no way I'm gonna have this thing and not try ludicrous mode and ludicrous gearbox. And oh my god, I gotta sell these stock gearboxes. Alright, so we've got lifted off-road and lifted hauler, which the lifted hauler would basically just stiffen up the rear. So we'll do the lifted off-road, and wait a minute. We have 13 stock suspensions. Jeez! Alright, let's get rid of those. And we've got 35s, studded 35s, 41s, studded 41s, and 44s, and studded 44s. And since we're out here on a map with a lot of ice, we're on Big Salmon Peak today, we're going to be running these studded 44s. Stock winch, and, should I do the bed stuff? Nah, if I need to repair it, well, wait a minute. Does it actually, put something there? I wonder if the camera will show it to me. Oh, no, it does. That's actually really cool. Okay, I might as well. And then we've got one wheel choice, and basically whatever color we want. However, since it is a Cybertruck, it's hard to go wrong with that, really iconic silver. Now, as you can see, obviously on the 44s, it looks a lot more off-roader/crawler friendly. And we are going to reset the afternoon because that makes a lot more sense. And remember, this is electric. And I'm sure that there are going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, I hate it! I hate electric vehicles! It needs to make noise! And I'm like, I agree with you. I get that, I get, wanting your vehicle to actually make a sound. I get it. However, when ludicrous mode does that, it's not like the thing isn't fun. So let's go ahead and recover and try that again and just see if it'll actually allow us to get up there and land on our wheels and drive away somehow. So let's put it in high and floor it. Engine stalled, obviously. Oh god, it back, yup. Right back down. Right back, wow, okay. Yep, you know what? Alright, let me see if we can take it for a bit of a cruise. The interior is a little basic and a little bare bones, but then again, I mean, I don't think anybody actually knows what the interior of a real Cybertruck looks like, so I don't really think that's a bad mark on the mod by any means. You get basic scout trailers, and that's honestly, that's a really good way to be able to start with this thing, is that if you want a Cybertruck scout, here you go, you got it. Now let's see how it does going through some mud sections and snow sections in high. And, oh, that actually looks really good. Look at the brake light. Whoa. Dude, this thing with the lights on looks so awesome. It looks so sick with the lights on. I've got to give him that. That looks so good. All right, let's see. First bit of mud. Jam it into ludicrous mode. High range is... Oh, we didn't hit it. We did not hit it. High range is a little weird. However, it's not that far off from what, you would expect out of a real ludicrous mode. I mean, down low, you have stupid torque, and if you just hit it, it takes off with immense speed. So it has actually way better grip in the mud than it does in the snow. It's very interesting. I'm not sure why that's the case. I mean, we do also have a snow tire, so I would assume that... Whoa! Oh, God. Oh! Don't worry about it. We're fine. We're fine. It's just fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. The hilarious thing about this truck is the fact that, like, you know, let's say you were just driving around, you were on your way to work or something, and somebody in, like, a tuned Duramax pulled up next to you, and they were like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna out-launch you, and you're like, okay, see ya. God, it takes off. Whoop! I was hoping that would be a lot more dramatic. I really, really, really was. I was hoping it would launch itself, like, above the sign and over the rocks and down the cliff and just yeet itself off the cliff. But, you know, sometimes you don't have the best luck with that, and it doesn't work out that way. Let's try to yeet it up the mountain again. Never mind! Wow. Those rocks just, like, full-on deny this thing. They're like, nope. Turn, thank you! Whoa, how we did not flip over right there, I have absolutely no clue. So let's see, actually, what it feels like if we actually try to use it like a crawler. Because the cool... it damages itself. But no, like, the cool thing about it is, even with this, like, ludicrous mode, engine and suspension, or not suspension, but engine and gearbox and all that stuff, it... Can I, like, help you? Can you, like... There we go. Thank you. Even with the ludicrous mode, engine, and transmission, it still, you know, is fairly drivable in, like, a somewhat realistic manner in low range. Like, low 1, low 2, low... We have a... Oh, my God. We have a tree, and then it wanted to fall over, and, yeah, it's being a bit temperamental. But let's go ahead and try to crawl some rocks. Now, this approach angle isn't great, so we're going to have to be very, very, very aware of that, but, it's not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, it could be, it could be much worse, put it that way. Now, I do feel like the most hilarious thing to do would be to, like, swap in a diesel engine, like Duramax or Cummins swap the thing, and have a gigantic smokestack rolling coal out of the back. And I feel like that would just be the biggest, wait, what? To, like, people that know it as a Cybertruck, they're like, oh, yeah, that's the electric Cybertruck. And I'm like, this one ain't electric, bud. But this one is. And let's see if we can, okay, so, like, it climbed those rocks pretty dang easily, actually. And the traction is good, the way it drives is good, the suspension programming is good. I like everything about that stuff. I'm just, like... I feel like it's going to be hard for a lot of people to get with the fact that it doesn't make any sound. And, you know, engine sound aside, like, the idea of electric motors it's cool. I mean, you get the instant torque, which would be really good for, like, off-roading and stuff like that. It's just kind of, I think, a really difficult thing for some people to be okay with. And I get that. I understand that. I love this, like, the sound of a, you know, of a good engine just as much as anybody else, but, like, and that's why it's always been kind of tricky for me to go, oh yeah, electric trucks, yay! But no, like, this thing really does kind of add some character to that when you realize that it's got solid axles and 44s, and you're like, oh, it actually has some character. Now, in terms of driving, it is actually pretty top-heavy, I've got to give it that, you know, especially with these giant 44s on it. And I'm sure that was a design choice on Frog's part, because, you know, it's not like it's gonna be, you know, like, the center of gravity of a race car when you have 44s on something that's solid axle swapped, and it's not, you know, ridiculously wide. So, I mean, I think it actually is a pretty good realistic design choice, or it was a pretty good realistic design choice on his part to make it a little on the top-heavy side. Now, is it ANK top-heavy? Not quite, but, you know, I don't know if anything quite needs to be ANK top-heavy. I think ANK top-heavy level is pretty dang high. And does any truck actually need to be that top-heavy? I'm not so sure. Just stabilize it by pulling it back. Easy. Don't roll it over! Creative winch dynamics really helped there. Like, just creative use of the winch really helps to not, you know, not wind up in a really bad situation. Because keep in mind, you know, this is in a campaign map. This is not in, like, testing grounds or anything like that. And to have, like, a Cybertruck rock crawler is pretty freaking cool. Let's see if it'll walk its way up this set of rocks. It is strange, though, to have no engine sound. And it's like, it's a weird way to play the game. And that's the biggest thing that I think I'm taking away from this right now, is that it's a very weird way to play the game. Like, you expect to hear that engine noise, and so when you don't, it's like, whoa, that's not right. It's got this feeling of like, something's wrong and I don't like it. But it's not that it's wrong, it's just that this thing wouldn't have any engine sound. And I mean, it's just like the silent arrival of the cyber vehicles, and there's not, again, it's not really something I can be mad about, but at the same time, I don't know if it's something that I'm gonna be, you know, jumping off the, you know, or like jumping around on the rooftops being excited about when I realize that electric cars and trucks and stuff are kind of, you know, the way the future is going. But I'm sure there will always be a massive following behind, you know, gas and diesel powered vehicles. But, you know, to look at something like this and then, you know, realize that it is happening in other areas of the world, and not necessarily other areas of the world, but it is happening in our day-to-day. Like, there are electric vehicles running around. You're like, that would be weird to go four-wheeling in, and it just would be. Now, granted, it's no Prius. I mean, it does have 44-inch, you know, studded MTs on the thing, which is nothing to sneeze at, but at the same time, I feel like it would be hard to convince somebody that it wasn't similar to something like a Prius or a Nissan Leaf. And by the way, it doesn't really work out for you very well when you completely roll your rig over and you're just dangling right there on a rock. Now, there is a little back way over here where you can get into some other areas, and I think I'm going to go that way because there were some rocks over there that I wanted to try this thing out on. And I think, I mean, let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about, even with this thing being solid axle swapped, like how you feel about a, you know, like a solid axle front and rear electric off-road crawler rig. It's just strange, you know? It's just so incredibly strange. But I don't know if that's like strange in a bad way, or if it's strange in a weird way, but it's not bad. I'm so conflicted, you know? Like, and then you do stuff like that in it, and you're like, oh, well, it works just as well as a normal crawler rig. It just doesn't make any sound. And I think, again, that's the biggest place where I get hung up on the fact that it does, like, it doesn't make any sound, and it doesn't have that personality. And I think so much of a vehicle's personality, hey, a little boat out there, but so much of a vehicle's personality has to do with its sound, or the sound that it makes. And when it doesn't make any sound, you're kind of left with this weird, like, question mark. You know what I mean? Like, this weird question mark of, like, okay, where's the sound? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oop, come on. Up and over. Oh, no! Okay, alright. Catch of the century right there. I wonder if we could get to the top of this waterfall. This waterfall is like, it's weird. It's really weird, but it is scalable. There we go. Oh, boy. Go, 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 go! Working it so far. See, like, again, I can't deny its capability because we just climbed up a freaking waterfall. Like, well, not the waterfall itself, but, like, the cliff edge. You know, we just climbed the whole thing. And it's like, the capability of it is undeniable. However, whether or not it is something that I would drive on, like, a day-to-day basis, I am completely and 100% conflicted about. So let me know your thoughts on this thing in the comment section down below, especially if you've driven it. And if you haven't driven it yet, let me know if you're excited to drive it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.